Hello, colorful creators. Today we are going to be stamping an image with the Free as a Bird stamp set and using Watercolor Pencils Assortment 2 to color it in and blend it with our blender pen. I love this stamp set. It is really a beautiful design of sweet little birds. I think it can be used for many different applications, for just a thank you, a hello, a thinking about you, even a sympathy card, I think, happy birthday. And I'm using the Memento ink to stamp it on. And I've cut the card front to 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Okay, so that's stamped on there. And as I open these up, got some really fun colors in here. The Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, Coastal Cabana, Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, and Gorgeous Grape. Okay, so these are really pretty pencils. And let's see, as I slide them on my workspace, and I want to think about what colors I'm going to do. So with what I have here, I think I'd like to make some bluebirds. Maybe even mix with a little purple. We've had the prettiest birds flying around in our backyard in the past few weeks, and I'm excited to color some here. My own creation based on what I've seen and just colors I like. So these go on very smoothly. And I'm not going out to the edge because I want to shade a little bit and I don't want their faces super dark. So right now I'm keeping them just swirled around their tummy. And let's see, let's do I have the purple there. I think the purple would be very pretty here, where are the lines for shadowing, designating their little wings and their neck creases and their tummies underneath. Little tail there. I think that's the only one that you can see a tail. And then we're going to move to, I think I want to do a little green here. This is the Granny Apple Green on their heads. And I could mix it up a little bit. So we could do this. I'm going to do crushed curry for their little beaks. That'll be very sweet. Okay. And I'm going to add in a little, very lightly, some Coastal Cabana over here. And I'm going to mix it with these just very lightly. Okay, so then I take my blender pen, and this one is discolored because I've used it in the past on reds, and reds do discolor. But when I do a clear, or try to brush it, you can see that it does run clear. So it's just that the felt is stained, but the ink is no longer bleeding through. So then I'm just kind of going in a small circular motion. I'm not pressing hard, but oh, I love it how this blends through. Oh, I went out the edge a little bit. That's the beauty of a handmade card. Nothing is perfect. And I'm going to go up into the face a little bit, the tail, but I don't want that much color up there. So I'm going to rub it out or here until it's clear. And then I'm going to go back up and in and just add a little moisture to the head to blend it. Oh, he's a cutie. Or she's a cutie. Let's see. I guess the males are normally more colorful, so we'll move on to the little fellow birdies here. Okay. So as I brush up, if I get too close, that color is going to move up into the head, so I want to be careful not to push it up. I love the way this is blending. Very pretty. Okay, brush it clear again, and I'm pulling. So I'm pulling from the edge. Oh, lint there. Pulling from the edge because I don't want the blue to go up. I want the green to come down. And I get the little nose. And I think I will do these little noses here. So I haven't colored into the edges. I just let the pencil do the work, the watercolored pencils. And I can blend this in a lot, which I don't really want to do because I kind of want the purple to stay on the shadows. But then I can make his tummy a little darker by pulling in different colors. And then, so I'm going to pull that green and the cabana. I'm really going to mix that up so it becomes more of a kind of a yellow. Okay. And the final bird. Just like this. Getting the edges. Okay. Wipe it. Oh, that's cute. All right. Those are great looking birds. Now I'm going to focus on the leaves. So what I like to do, if I'm layering leaf colors, which I will do here, I want to color in the base of it. And again, not all the way to the lines. It doesn't need to be done because I'll pull it out with the blender pen. So I'll do lighter color here just to get the color down on the paper, and I'm using shimmery white paper. So there is some natural shimmer behind it. You could use Whisper White or Very Vanilla. To add glitter to those, you'd want to use your Wink of Stella. Okay, I think what I'm going to do first is blend these so the color goes out to the sides. Oh, this one I missed, but you know what? I still have a little on my pen, so I'm going to add it as I go. And then I will use the garden green just to give some highlighting here on the vein lines on the leaf. And that you don't even necessarily have to blend in. You could just leave it as a standalone, which I do like that. And I did notice that there's a little bit here that I did not get. So I can add that. Taking a little from that leaf. So they blend for sure. All right, and then we are going to do, let's see, the Cajun Craze and the crushed curry is what we're going to use for the branch. And I don't want it super dark, so what I'm doing here is just spreading it a little bit. And I think I will do the accents with the crushed curry here. Yep. And that's a little bit of where their feet are too. Perfect. Move those out of the way. And I'll make sure that I've cleared the tip of any of the green from the birds' heads. And I'm just going to blend this a little bit. Again, a light touch. This is a brush. And you don't need to push hard like you might on a ballpoint pen. I can get this little branch here. And there's this little branch here. Oh, the flowers. Okay, I think this will be fun. I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo flower or color to make the flowers. And again, I'm not coloring directly to the lines. I am simply putting color on the paper. Okay, great. And I'm going to add a little purple to the centers, which I will draw out to the edges also. It's a little, we'll brush that in. And, oh, this is going to be pretty. Get my blender pen, and of course I'm going to check to make sure it's running clear. It is. And that blends. Oh, it makes a pretty violet. This is my finished project. This is from the Free as a Bird stamp set. And I've just stamped it again with Memento ink directly onto the shimmery white cardstock. It's so cute. I love that. So what I would do now is put it onto a card base. So I think this card would look stunning on a Night of Navy background. So as I prepare the cardstock, ooh, lovely. Okay, so I'm going to use the snail. And adhere it. So I think that if you would like to add a little greeting onto it, this would be a nice thank you note or a simple hello. I think I'll add a hello, so I'm taking that out of the stamp set. I keep all of my stamps right in the foam that they came from. That way I know when I'm cleaning up that I have accounted for all stamps, because they are very easy to lose, unfortunately. And let's see. When I line up my stamps, I look to see how they'll line up with the bottom, because they don't always have a cut that is level with the actual word. So if I line it up with the bottom of the stamp, it's a little bit easier to make sure. If I stamp with that, and I'm going to get my Night of Navy. Here we go. Stamp off to make sure. I can smudge it if I go too hard, so I don't want to go too hard. Okay, that seems perfect. Let's see how well I do. Perfect. Okay. So I have it on the shimmery white. I am going to punch this here, and I think I'm going to be doing some cutting. So I'm punch it out with my label punch here. There it is. And I think that that would be nice to use a little bit of the Night of Navy as a backdrop. I have my scissors handy. And I want to do it like this. Get a better cut here. Great. And I like like to leave just a little bit of the top showing. And then I trim after, making sure the adhesive is off. Trim it down. And I'm trying to think. I want this to go in the mail smoothly, so I'm not going to use dimensionals today. And I just want it to be a simple hello. There we are. Oops. So that's as easy as it is to use watercolored pencils along with the blender pen. Let me get it up here. And just have fun coloring. So I hope you go and create something colorful with your blender pens and colored pencils. Have a great day.